Lyra stood up, testing her movement. The armor flowed with her perfectly once again. Kate watched in amazement as the material shifted and adjusted. The Nayari sovereign moved with grace despite her recent injury. The guards looked at Kate with new respect. One of them spoke. "You have earned the gratitude of the Nayari Empire." Human Lyra studied Kate with those strange silver eyes. "You did not simply repair my armor. You improved it." How Kate explained what she had done. "I noticed some of the energy was being wasted in these loops here." She pointed to a pattern on the side. "I redirected it to strengthen the main flow." It seemed logical. Lyra turned to her guards. "Leave us." They hesitated but obeyed, closing the door behind them. Kate suddenly felt nervous alone with the alien ruler, Sovereign Lyra. "I should return to my station, no." Lyra said, "You have a gift, Kate Morgan. You understood technology that takes my people years to master. You saw patterns where others would see only chaos. I am curious about you. Tell me about yourself." Kate told her story. It wasn't very exciting. She had grown up on Earth with a talent for fixing things. She joined the space program because she wanted to see new worlds and work with new technology. She had been assigned to Horizon 7 because of her adaptability with alien systems. Lyra listened with interest. Then she said, "My ship was not damaged by accident. We were attacked. Who would attack a sovereign?" Kate asked. "Those who fear change." Lyra said, "I was traveling to the Galactic Council to propose an alliance with humans. The Nayari have watched your species for many years. Most alien races fear humans. They say you are too unpredictable, too aggressive, too dangerous. They want to keep humans isolated." Kate had heard rumors about this. Humans had been trying to join the Galactic Council for decades but were always denied. "But I see something different in humans." Lyra continued, "You adapt. You find new solutions. You are not bound by tradition like my people. I believe an alliance would benefit us both. The attack was meant to prevent me from reaching the Council." Kate was shocked. This was far bigger than repairing some armor. "Why are you telling me this?" "Because you have proven my point," Lyra said with a gesture that made the light in her armor pulse. "No Nayari technician could have repaired my armor so quickly or improved it in the process. You saw a new path. That is the human gift." A voice came over a hidden speaker. "Sovereign, we are receiving a transmission from the Council. They demand proof of your well-being." Lyra stood. "I must speak with them." She looked at Kate. "Would you join me?" Kate followed Lyra to what must be the bridge of the ship. More Nayari were there working at stations that seemed to be made of the same living technology as the armor. They all bowed as Lyra entered. A large screen appeared in the air showing several alien faces. Kate recognized some species, but others were completely unknown. One alien with green scales and multiple eyes spoke. "Sovereign Lyra, we received word of an attack on your vessel. The Council is concerned." "I am well, as you can see," Lyra replied. "My ship sustained damage, but we found assistance at a human outpost." Another alien, with features like an insect, spoke. "Humans. Their technology is primitive. They could not possibly help with a Nayari vessel." Lyra gestured to Kate. "This human repaired my personal armor when it was critically damaged. Not only repaired, but improved it." The aliens murmured among themselves. One with pale skin and large black eyes spoke. "Human armor is metal and cloth. Nayari armor is living tech bonded to the wearer. It would be impossible." Kate stepped forward. "I just followed the energy patterns. It wasn't so different from rerouting power in our systems, just more advanced." The aliens seemed shocked that she would speak directly to them. Lyra placed a hand on Kate's shoulder. "This human has proven what I have been saying. Our races can complement each other. Humans see new possibilities where we see only tradition." The council members looked unhappy. The green-scaled one spoke. "We will discuss this when you arrive, Sovereign. But be warned, many still oppose human involvement in galactic affairs." The transmission ended. Lyra turned to Kate. "The council meets in 3 days at Centauri Station. I would like you to accompany me as my technical advisor. Kate was stunned. But I have duties on Horizon 7. I have already spoken with your Captain Decker, Lyra said. He has agreed to release you temporarily. He seemed quite eager to help the Nayari Empire. Kate thought about it. This was a chance to see the Galactic Council to help humanity gain acceptance among the stars. How could she refuse? I would be honored. Sovereign, call me Lyra. When we are not in formal settings, she said, my guards will show you to quarters where you can rest and prepare. We leave in 1 hour. The quarters Kate was given were beautiful with walls that seemed to be made of flowing light. The bed adjusted to her body perfectly, making her feel weightless. There was a window showing the stars and Horizon 7 growing smaller as they departed. Kate tried to rest, but her mind was racing. She had gone from fixing an air filter to advising an alien queen in a single day. Later, Lyra came to Kate's quarters. She had changed her armor to a more formal design, with intricate patterns. Kate had never seen such beautiful technology. I must prepare you for the council. Lyra said. They will test you. They will try to prove humans are primitive and dangerous. You must show them the human ability to adapt. Kate nodded but felt uncertain. I am just a repair technician, not a diplomat. That is precisely why you are perfect. Lyra said. You represent the best of humanity. Practical, intelligent, adaptive. You solve problems without centuries of training. You see new paths. The Council needs to see this. They need to fear it less. Over the next 2 days as they traveled, Lyra taught Kate about the Galactic Council. The Council consisted of representatives from 27 advanced species. They governed trade exploration and development of new worlds. Humans had been kept at arm's length, allowed limited trade, but no real voice. Kate learned about the different species, their histories, and their reasons for fearing humans. Some fear your adaptability, Lyra explained. Others, your history of conflict. A few simply believe you are too young as a species. You have only been in space for a few hundred years, while some council races have been traveling the stars for thousands. Kate also learned more about the Nayari. Their living technology was grown from special crystal organisms. They had a society based on harmony and tradition, but this made them slow to change, slow to adapt. That was why Lyra believed an alliance with humans would benefit both species. As they approached Centauri Station, Kate could see it was enormous, far larger than Horizon 7. It looked like a giant wheel, with spokes extending from a central hub. Ships of all designs docked along the rim. Are you ready? Lyra asked as they prepared to dock. Kate looked down at her simple technician's uniform, which had been cleaned but still looked out of place compared to Lyra's magnificent armor. I don't feel ready, but I will do my best. The Nayari ship docked at Centauri Station with perfect precision. Kate stood beside Lyra as the ramp extended. The guards formed a protective circle around them. As they stepped onto the station, Kate gasped. The main docking area was enormous, with a transparent ceiling showing the stars. Ships of all designs moved in the space beyond. Some looked organic like the Nayari vessel. Others were angular and mechanical. Some were so strange Kate could barely understand how they functioned. Aliens of every description moved through the area. Some were humanoid, others were completely different forms. Kate saw beings made of what looked like living crystal floating creatures that seemed to be made of gas, and things she had no words to describe. She tried not to stare, but it was overwhelming. A delegation approached them. 3 aliens led the group. One had features like a cat with golden fur and slitted eyes. Another was tall and thin with blue skin and 4 arms. The third looked almost human except for the patterns of light that moved across its face like circuitry. The cat-like alien spoke. Welcome, Sovereign Lyra of the Nayari. The Council is honored by your presence. He looked at Kate with obvious displeasure. We were not informed. You would bring a human to these proceedings. This is Kate Morgan, Lyra said. She is my technical advisor and honored guest. She will attend the council meeting. The aliens looked at each other with concern. The one with circuitry patterns spoke. The human cannot enter the inner chamber. It is forbidden. Lyra stood taller, her armor glowing brighter. I invoke the right of sovereign guest. Under the Treaty of Proxima, she will accompany me, or I will depart immediately. The aliens whispered among themselves. Finally, the cat-like one nodded. Very well, but she must undergo security scanning. The human will be your responsibility. Kate followed the delegation through massive hallways. The architecture was unlike anything she had seen before. It seemed to blend styles from dozens of worlds. They passed gardens with strange plants and fountains that flowed upward against gravity. They passed what looked like a market with vendors selling items Kate could not identify. Finally, they reached an area marked with symbols Kate recognized as security. The blue four-armed alien gestured to a chamber. Please enter for scanning. Kate looked at Lyra, who nodded reassuringly. Kate stepped into the chamber. Lights of different colors passed over her body. A voice spoke in a language she did not understand. Then in English, weapons none. Technology primitive threat level minimal. Kate wasn't sure if she should be offended or relieved. They were escorted to private quarters to prepare for the council meeting. The room was large with areas clearly designed for different species, including a human-style bed and facilities. Kate wondered how often humans actually came here. Lyra spoke quietly once they were alone. The council session begins in 3 hours and I should rest. Kate was too nervous to rest. What exactly will happen at this meeting? Lyra explained, I will present my proposal for a formal alliance between the Nayari Empire and Earth. This would include sharing of technology, cultural exchange, and mutual defense. The alliance would give humans a voice in the council through the Nayari. You would no longer be isolated, and they will oppose this. Kate guessed. Most will. Yes, Lyra admitted. They fear human unpredictability. They believe you are too aggressive, too emotional, too quick to act without considering consequences. Kate frowned. That's not fair. We have maintained peaceful relations with all alien species we have encountered. Lyra touched Kate's arm gently. They judge you by your history and your entertainment. Your films show constant conflict. Your history contains many wars. They do not see that this is what has made humans adaptable. What they fear is exactly what I value. What do you need me to do? Kate asked. Simply be yourself, Lyra said. Show them your human insight, your ability to understand and improve technology they believe is beyond you. They need to see humans as an asset, not a threat. When the time came, guards escorted them to the council chamber. It was a vast circular room with rising tiers of seats. The center was an open area with a speaking platform. Delegates from many worlds filled the seats. Each species had its own section. Kate could see the differences in their seating. Some needed water, others different atmospheric conditions. Some delegates appeared as holograms, likely because they could not survive in the station's environment. Lyra and Kate were announced and entered the central area. All eyes turned to them. Kate felt the weight of their stares. She was probably the first human many of them had seen in person. She tried to stand tall and look confident. The head of the council, a being with crystalline features that caught the light, spoke. Sovereign Lyra, of the Nayari Empire, you have called this special session. Please present your proposal. Lyra stepped onto the speaking platform. Her armor glowed magnificently, catching and reflecting light in patterns that seemed almost hypnotic. Honored delegates of the Galactic Council, Lyra began. I come before you to propose a formal alliance between the Nayari Empire and Earth. This alliance would include technology sharing, cultural exchange, and mutual defense. It would also begin the process of bringing humans into the Council as full members through Nayari sponsorship. Murmurs spread through the chamber. Many delegates seemed upset. Lyra continued. I understand the concerns many of you have regarding humans. You see them as unpredictable, aggressive, and potentially dangerous. You fear their rapid adaptation and their history of conflict. But these traits are precisely why they would be valuable allies. Their different perspective offers new solutions to old problems. A delegate stood an insect-like being with compound eyes. The humans have been in space for barely 3 centuries. Their technology is primitive. Their society still knows conflict. We cannot risk exposing galactic civilization to their influence. Another delegate with features like a reptile, Rose Sovereign. Lyra, what has prompted this unexpected proposal? The Nayari have always been cautious in their alliances. Why humans? Why now? Kate could see many delegates nodding in agreement with these concerns. Lyra gestured to Kate. I will show you. She touched. A control on her wrist and a holographic display appeared, showing Lyra's armor with the damage Kate had repaired. 3 days ago, my ship was attacked. My personal armor was critically damaged. It regulates my body systems and protects me from foreign atmospheres. Without it, I would have died. The delegates leaned forward with interest. I sought refuge at a human space station. There I met Kate Morgan, a human technician. With no training in Nayari technology, no understanding of our biological systems, she was able to repair my armor. She touched another control and the display changed, showing how Kate had redirected the energy flow. Not only repair but improve it. Our own technicians trained for decades to understand this technology. Yet this human solved the problem in hours. The chamber erupted in disbelief. The insect delegate buzzed loudly. Impossible. Nayari technology is based on living crystal bonded to the wearer. No human could understand it. Lyra looked at Kate. Come forward, please. Kate stepped onto the platform beside Lyra, explained to the council. How you repaired my armor. Lyra said. Kate swallowed nervously and spoke. I just followed the energy patterns. I could see where the flow was blocked and created alternative pathways. It's similar to how we might reroute power in our own systems, just more advanced. The principle is the same even if the technology is different. The crystalline head of the council spoke. You claim to have improved the armor, not merely repaired it. How? Kate pointed to the holographic display. I noticed energy was being wasted in these circular patterns. I redirected it to strengthen the main flow. It made the entire system more efficient. The council chamber fell silent as the delegates studied the holographic display. Many looked skeptical. Others seemed intrigued. A few whispered among themselves. The reptilian delegate spoke. This proves nothing. Any technician could be trained to perform such repairs. Lyra responded. This human had no training with our technology. She had never even seen a Nayari before that day. Yet she understood intuitively what our technicians learned through years of study. This is the human gift. Their minds are flexible, adaptable. They see new possibilities where we see only tradition. A new delegate stood tall and plant-like with branches swaying gently. This is one example. One human who showed aptitude for technology repair. It does not justify bringing their entire species into galactic affairs. Their history shows conflict, aggression, empire building. Why should we believe they have changed? Kate found herself speaking before she could stop herself. May I respond to that? The council head seemed surprised, but nodded. Kate took a deep breath. Yes, our history contains conflict. We have made mistakes, but we learn from them. Each generation tries to do better than the last. And our so-called aggression. It drives us to solve problems, to overcome challenges. When humans face an obstacle, we don't give up. We find another way. This is what Sovereign Lyra values in us. She pointed to the holographic display of the armor. When I saw this damaged system, I didn't see something impossible to fix. I saw a puzzle, something that could be solved. Maybe that's the difference. The insect delegate buzzed. This human speaks well, but words are easy. Actions are what concern us. Humans solve problems, yes, but they often create new ones. Their solutions can be short-sighted, impulsive. The cat-like delegate who had greeted them added, We have monitored human entertainment and news broadcasts. They glorify violence, competition, and conflict. These are not values. The council promotes. Lyra spoke again. I propose a demonstration. She turned to Kate. Would you be willing to show the council your abilities? Kate nodded, though she wasn't sure what Lyra had in mind. Lyra addressed the council members of the esteemed body. I propose a technical challenge. Let representatives from 3 council species present technical problems for Kate Morgan to solve. If she succeeds, you must consider my alliance proposal seriously. Murmurs spread through the chamber. The council head conferred with others nearby. Finally, he spoke. We agree. To this demonstration, 3 challenges will be presented. The human may use only the tools we provide. She will have 1 standard hour for each challenge. The first challenge came from the insect race. They presented Kate with what looked like a small crystal sphere with intricate patterns inside. The patterns moved and shifted constantly. The delegate explained, "This is a navigation core from one of our scout ships. It has developed an error pattern that causes spatial disorientation. No non-Vrax has ever repaired one." Kate was given basic tools and a scanner. She studied the crystal sphere, carefully watching how the patterns moved. She noticed they seemed to pulse in sequences like code. After about 40 minutes of observation and testing, she identified the problem. The pattern sequence here, she pointed, is out of alignment with this one. It creates interference. She carefully adjusted the scanner to emit a specific frequency and directed it at precise points on the sphere. The patterns slowly shifted back into harmony. The Vrax delegate buzzed in surprise. "It is functioning correctly." "How did you know?" "I noticed the patterns were like music, but with some notes out of tune." Kate explained, "I just helped it find the right rhythm again." The second challenge came from a species that looked like living liquid mercury, contained in a humanoid form. They presented a device that created an atmospheric bubble. It had stopped functioning properly, creating unstable bubbles that collapsed. Kate examined it and found that 2 components were vibrating at frequencies that created destructive interference. She adjusted them to work in harmony. Once again, the council was surprised by her solution. The third challenge was from the reptilian species. They presented what they called a quantum lock, a security device that required precise calibration at the quantum level. It had become locked in a security state and would not reset. This was the most difficult challenge. Kate studied it for nearly the full hour. Finally, she realized the lock was designed to respond to specific states of quantum particles. She carefully created a resonance field that mirrored the original security pattern. The lock recognized the pattern and reset. When the final challenge was complete, the council chamber was buzzing with conversation. The head of the council called for order. "Sovereign Lyra, the human has performed impressively. We will recess to discuss your proposal." Kate and Lyra were escorted to a waiting area. Kate finally allowed herself to relax. "I hope I did enough." "You did wonderfully," Lyra said. "You showed them exactly what I wanted them to see. The human ability to find new solutions, to see patterns others miss. This is why the Nayari seek alliance with Earth. This is why humans deserve a place in galactic affairs." After 2 hours, they were called back to the council chamber. The mood seemed different. Kate could sense both excitement and apprehension among the delegates. The council head spoke. "We have deliberated on your proposal, Sovereign Lyra. We recognize the potential value of human insight as demonstrated by Kate Morgan. However, there remain serious concerns about full human integration into galactic society." Lyra stood, straight waiting. "Therefore, the council proposes the following. The Nayari Empire may form a limited alliance with Earth. This alliance will include cultural exchange and restricted technology sharing. A probationary period of 5 Earth years will follow, during which humans must demonstrate their commitment to council principles. If after this period, the alliance has proven beneficial, the council will consider human membership under Nayari sponsorship." It wasn't everything Lyra had asked for, but it was a start. Kate could hardly believe it. Humans would finally have official contact with the galactic community. "Do you accept these terms?" the council head asked. Lyra looked at Kate, who nodded slightly. "I accept on behalf of the Nayari Empire." Lyra said, "I will present these terms to Earth representatives. I believe they will also accept." As they left the council chamber, Kate felt a mixture of excitement and disbelief. She had helped open the door for humanity to join the galactic community, all because she fixed a piece of armor. When they returned to Lyra's ship, the Sovereign turned to Kate. "You have done a great service for both our peoples. Not only my armor, but now this alliance. I would like to offer you a position as liaison between The Nayari and humans. You understand our technology in ways few humans could. You could help bridge our worlds. Kate was stunned. You want me to work for you? Officially. With you. Lyra corrected. Not for me. We would be partners in building this alliance. Your perspective, your problem-solving abilities, these are exactly what we need, Kate thought about Horizon 7. Her small repair shop seemed very far away now. This was a chance to make a real difference to help humanity find its place among them. Stars I accept, she said. Lyra smiled, her silver eyes gleaming. Good. We will return to Earth to present the Council's offer to your leaders. Then our real work begins, as the ship prepared to leave Centauri Station. Kate looked out at the stars. Her life had completely changed in just a few days. She had gone from fixing air filters to helping forge an alliance between worlds, all because she saw patterns. Where others saw only chaos, Lyra joined her at the viewport. Our peoples have much to learn from each other, she said. The Nayari have technology and knowledge built over thousands of years. Humans have adaptability, creativity, and new perspectives. Together, we will be stronger than either. Alone. Kate nodded. I never imagined being part of something this important. You repaired more than armor. Kate Morgan, Lyra said, you have helped repair the isolation of both our worlds. Sometimes the most important fixes are the ones we don't recognize until after we've made them. Kate Morgan never planned to be important. She just wanted to fix things. That was her job as the lead repair technician on the deep space outpost Horizon 7. The outpost floated at the edge of human space where many alien ships came to trade and get supplies. Kate had been there for 5 years now, and she knew how to fix almost anything from any world. Her workshop was small but filled with tools from a dozen different planets. She had learned to use them all. She could repair engines, life support systems, and even the strange devices aliens used that humans barely understood. Other engineers would give up when faced with strange alien tech, but not Kate. She would study it, take it apart, and figure it out. This made her popular with the alien visitors. One morning, when Kate was fixing a broken air filter, the station alarm sounded. A ship was coming in fast, too fast for normal docking procedures. Kate put down her tools and ran to the main window with the other station workers. The ship that appeared was unlike anything she had seen before. It was sleek with glowing blue lines running along its hull like veins. It moved like it was alive. Captain Decker spoke over the station comm system. Attention, all personnel, we have an emergency landing from the Nayari Empire. Please clear Docking Bay 3 and prepare medical teams. The Nayari, Kate knew of them but had never seen one. They were a secretive race of warriors from a distant system. Few humans had ever met them. They were said to be tall, beautiful, and dangerous with technology far beyond human understanding. Kate joined the emergency team at Docking Bay 3. The strange ship landed smoothly despite its speed. The door opened with a hiss of steam and a ramp extended. 3 figures walked out. 2 were clearly guards, tall with 4 arms, each holding weapons. Their skin was pale blue and seemed to shimmer like it had tiny stars embedded in it. They wore armor that moved like liquid metal. Between them walked a smaller figure, clearly injured. She stumbled and nearly fell. The guards caught her. Kate could see this must be someone important. The wounded Nayari wore more elaborate armor with swirling patterns that glowed and shifted colors. Her face was uncovered, unlike the guards. She had features almost like a human woman, but with patterns of light moving under her skin. Her eyes were large and completely silver with no pupils. Captain Decker stepped forward. Welcome to Horizon 7. I am Captain Decker. We have medical facilities if you need them. One of the guards spoke in perfect English. Our sovereign is injured. Our ship was attacked. Her armor systems are failing. She requires technical assistance, not medical. Your station is known for repair capabilities, the sovereign. Kate realized this was not just any Nayari. This was their leader, Captain. Decker looked nervous. We will help, of course, but our doctors, the armor. The injured Nayari spoke, her voice musical but strained. It keeps me alive. The systems are failing. I need a technician. Not a doctor. Kate stepped forward without thinking. I can help. Her captain gave her a warning look, but she continued. I am Kate Morgan, lead repair technician. I have worked with many types of technology. Guards looked at her with doubt. A human cannot understand Nairi tech. The injured leader studied Kate with those strange silver eyes. Then she nodded. Bring her, she said to her guards. I sense she speaks truth. Before Kate knew what was happening, she was being escorted onto the alien ship. The inside was even stranger than the outside. Everything seemed alive with light and movement. The guards led her to what looked like a private chamber. The wounded Nairi sat on a platform that adjusted to. Her body removed the chest plate. One guard instructed Kate. Kate approached carefully. The armor was like nothing she had ever seen. It seemed to be made of metal, but it moved like cloth. The patterns of light flowed through it like blood through veins. She could see where damage had occurred. Dark spots where the light did not flow. I need to understand how it works first, Kate said, studying the complex patterns. The Nairi leader spoke. The armor is bonded to my life force. It regulates my body systems and protects me from your atmosphere. The attack damaged the main control node here. She pointed to a spot on her chest where the light pulsed. Weakly, Kate took a deep breath. This was far beyond human technology, but the patterns of energy flow they reminded her of circuit systems, just more organic. She began to trace the flow of light with her finger, following it to where it was blocked. I think I see the problem, she said. It's like the energy is blocked here and here. She pointed to two dark spots. If I can redirect the flow around these damaged areas, it might restore function. The Nairi guards looked at each other in surprise. The leader simply nodded. Do it. Kate took out her tools and began working carefully. She found that her smallest precision tools could interact with the strange material. The armor responded to her touch almost like it was curious. When she touched certain points, the light would pulse brighter. She worked for almost an hour, redirecting the flow of energy around the damaged sections as she worked. Kate talked to keep her nerves steady. I have never seen technology like this. It's amazing how it responds, almost like it's alive. The Nairi leader watched her with those silver eyes. It is alive in a way. It is grown, not built. That explains so much, Kate said as she connected a final pathway. The light suddenly flowed stronger through the entire armor system. The dark spots began to glow again. The Nairi leader took a deep breath. Her color improved, and she sat straighter. You have restored the primary functions. How did you understand without training? Kate shrugged. I just followed the patterns. It's like a river if it's blocked. You make a new path for the water. You have a natural talent. The Nairi said. What? Is your name human Kate Morgan? I am Lyra, sovereign of the Nairi Empire.